Hey guys, it's me, Monica Rico, aspiring comic. And it is, what's today? Today is Wednesday, October 10th or 9th. And I haven't done comedy this week because I'm in Miami and there is an impending hurricane heading our way. So a lot of the open mics are closed until further notice. And honestly, it's all for the better because I have not been in the mood to write comedy. Besides every time that I don't do very well, I get very, very discouraged. I know I shouldn't because it's part of the process. And I feel like I'm so much funnier in real life than when I get up on stage and I have the microphone. I sound very robotic. But they say that happens at first. But the reason that I'm not really in the mood lately to joke is, ironically, or whatever, I don't know what the adjective is, but because of the whole Diddy scandal, Puff Daddy, whatever his name is, ex-rapper, because of all the alleged allegations or alleged atrocities that he and his cohorts have put so many people through. So 120 some odd people have come forward, but no, actually, or I have decided to put a lawsuit against him, but it's more like, it was more like 3,000 people have come forward. And of those, I don't know how many were minors. And I've gotten into the rabbit hole on YouTube of just watching interviews and shorts on different people coming forward, and it's just like really, really, really shaken my world. I was talking to my kids earlier, and that are grown. They're 18 and 23, so they're not little kids, but I was just telling them that, you know, your innocence is gone so early in life, at least in the United States of America. First, you know, you find out the pharmaceutical companies are lying to you. You know, they're selling us stuff that we probably don't need, and there's other ways to cure diseases or to prevent them other than spend millions of dollars on this, you know, conglomerate of an organization. And then of course the food industry, you know, all the stuff we eat, I still eat it. I know it's terrible for me or for us. Even fruits and vegetables. I mean, the prepackaged food we all know is terrible. I think this is my good side. I keep showing this side. I think this is my good side. I don't know if I have a good side. And I'm trying not to show my grays. They're horrible, but I really just wanted to do this video because I just feel like my whole life is, I feel like everything that I knew or that I thought I knew, I don't know. And like I said, you know, and of course we know the politicians lie. So we have the drug, you know, the pharmaceutical companies lying to us. We have the food industry lying to us. We have our politicians lying to us. And now we have Hollywood and the music industry lying to us. Like, I always knew, I do think this is my better side. I don't know. I always knew that they were lying to us. I feel like I might have to re-record this whole video because I'm talking too slow. I just feel like, what the hell is happening? You know, they're uncovering horrendous, horrific, horrible things about P. Diddy. Horrible. And he's actually just a puppet. Like, him and allegedly him, and allegedly, I have to say allegedly because apparently that's what you're supposed to say or you get in trouble or something like that. Not that I have anybody following me, but or that many people following me for it to even be an issue. But I am just like taken aback listening to all the families of all the victims, and it's just terrible on all the videos that are being leaked out of all the horrific things that P. Diddy did to children just because he could, just because he wanted to, just because he's a monster. And again, it's all alleged, but there's so many people talking, actual victims talking, victims of family, family of the victims, brothers and sisters of the victims. I don't think so many people will be making this all up. I don't think hundreds of people, and it's stuff you've been hearing over the years, that I've been hearing over the years, and you kind of brush it off. It's I'm just so, like, I'm not even in the mood to do jokes or to even listen to jokes, because I'm like almost mourning for the hundreds and hundreds and thousands of children that were sexually abused, mentally abused, physically abused, sexually abused, sexually abused, sexually abused, sexually abused. I want to throw up just thinking of these poor innocent creatures that had to endure this disgusting monster of a fucking monster, allegedly. I just feel like throwing up. I'm just so disgusted. People tied to it is the people that are famous, people that are tied to these freak off parties or whatever they're called. And then there's people called handlers, which are basically like people that bring victims to either Puff Daddy or whoever. They're saying that Tyler Perry is another one, and so there's different people in place, and it's just bigger than us. It's bigger than them. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than the government. It's bigger than everything. And I know it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but when these conspiracy theories have so much in common, and you've listened to so many people say the same thing, people that don't even know each other, people that have never even crossed paths, and they're all saying the same thing about not just this Diddy shithead, but also about other people, his boss, and it's just horrendous, horrible things. It's almost better if he would have, or they would have, whoever, just killed them, than to put them through this horrendous torture. And people that were tortured sexually and physically and mentally include, Justin Bieber and just everybody that came near him, that came near this horrendous monster, allegedly. Even though there's videos and pictures, videos can't be photoshopped. I know a lot of pictures have been photoshopped, but I don't, and I'm not believing everything I hear, but there's just a lot of famous celebrities that are saying, and that have been saying it for years, that have nothing to gain from saying it at all. Like, what does Cat Williams get from saying it? What does 50 Cent's gain from saying that there's abuse going on in the industry? Like, what? They have nothing to gain and everything to lose. Why do you think so many people stay quiet? Why do you think so many people retract their sayings in the interviews? And there's just so many people, and there's so many credible people that are coming forward, saying, even Justin Bieber. I mean, just his statement alone, just his confessions alone of what he went through. He hasn't really been very specific or explicit about it, but it's all gonna come out, and I'm just devastated, because among the people that are associated to Diddy are people that I've looked up to for years, and I think that's why this is like shocking me and rocking my world. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say I'm shocked, although I think I am, because you've heard of this stuff forever, but one of the people is Kevin Hart, which I've looked up to for so many years. Oprah. Apparently Oprah's a handler. She's one of the people. And these people are, you know, I'm sure at first it wasn't something they aspired to do. Like, oh, I want to make sure that I make people suffer, children suffer. They probably didn't go into it for that or with that intention. And a lot of people, even they say that even Diddy Combs was, or whatever the fuck his stupid ass fucking piece of shit name is, but they were saying that he was also abused as a child, you know, by his parents, and that his mother performed sexual, whatever, they had sex. I don't know how else to say it. And apparently to this day, they still have sex. Ew. And people like Will Smith, that I used to really like a lot. And even though he hasn't been charged with anything, and these are all alleged charges, I've heard enough. I've heard so much already from so many people that have been interviewed that, again, have nothing to gain by it. I'm talking about people that have nothing to gain by it. They might suffer their career by saying these things, and they've been saying them for a while, because I started looking into it. Like, when did Denzel Washington is a credible person, and Cat Williams, I mean, whatever. Eminem has been rapping about it for years, and you could just kind of tell when these people get interviewed, these credible people. You can just tell in their voice, in their expression, in their look, in their demeanor, you can just tell that they're being honest, that they're really hurting inside, and they're hurting because they were victims, or because they know that there are victims and they can't really do anything about it. You couldn't say anything. I mean, all these people that have been interviewed are talking now, and some of them have been saying it for a while, but a lot of them that are talking now are like able to say what they're saying now because Diddy can't get to them at this moment. Number one and number everything, probably because all his money is tied up in all the lawyer fees and in defense. I mean, he probably cannot spare a single penny on anything other than trying to get the least amount of years in jail as possible. I don't think he's ever going to come out. Nobody's coming to his defense except his mother, who apparently is not credible at all because she was involved as well. And from what I understand, one of his children, or maybe both, are going to testify against him as well, because otherwise they're going to go down. And Diddy himself is going to just fucking bring as many people as he can down with him if doesn't get killed first. There's no other way around it. He's not staying quiet. He's going to defend himself because he's a narcissist. So he's not going to take a plea bargain or anything like that. And really, what plea bargain can he accept? Oh, instead of 700 years, you're going to get 400 years in jail? I don't know. Because it's like, I think a minimum of 10 years for each of his allegations or offenses or whatever. I don't know the terminology. For each, crime. And there's a lot. There's murders. Allegedly, there's murders of hundreds and hundreds of children and hundreds of adults and several famous people. What I don't understand is how can he sleep at night? You know what I'm saying? How can anybody sleep at night knowing that you're responsible for deaths and suffering and all these things? And Steve Harvey, he was such a big... I loved his comedy. I say loved because to me, in my eyes, he's dead. He's dead to me. A lot of people have come forward. And one thing that he did, that it doesn't matter if anybody comes forward against him or not, just the fact that he gave up one of his daughters to P. Diddy, I don't know. Will Smith allegedly has been raping his son since he was little, allegedly. And then he offered him up as a sacrifice to P. Diddy Combs. Apparently, in order to make it big in this business, if you don't have a lot of talent or something like that, even though I think Will Smith is talented, so I don't know what the fuck is up with him, but apparently you have to like sacrifice someone, and I guess you could do it either have them killed or kill them yourself, or I guess you could sacrifice them and give them like on a silver platter to P. Diddy, knowing that he's gonna rip their asshole open. Apparently Usher, when he was 13, got raped so disgustingly hard. It was like nonstop for I don't know how many days, and I don't know, apparently Diddy passes you around, and he passed him around for 3 days straight, and he had to go to the hospital, and he was in the hospital for I don't know how many days or weeks or whatever it was. And that just like tore me apart, like just hearing that, because I love Usher too. But then I found out that Usher in return gave up Bieber to him, and that's just disgusting and horrible and heartbreaking and disturbing in so many ways. I don't even know how to feel. Like I'm numb. I just feel like almost like this is the last straw. Like, these were my heroes. These are the people that I looked up to. This is why I was doing comedy, because the greats, you know, Kevin Hart, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ashton Kutcher. And then they say that so P. Diddy didn't look like, he didn't sound very smart. Like, he never said smart things. And I guess maybe they decided to get somebody kind of dumb on purpose. Dumb and evil. I guess that was a good combination for them. Dumb, evil, and what do you call that? Narcissistic. They figured, you know. And so Clive Davis apparently was the one that groomed him. So apparently Clive Davis fucked him, for like a lack of better words. All of this is alleged. But from everything I'm listening to, and all the people coming forward, and all the people that have come forward before in their own way, and those that came forward and got killed or disappeared mysteriously, why wouldn't I believe it? Like, it's horrible. And I'm so disturbed. I'm so disturbed that I can't even write a joke or read a joke, because I mean, Oprah, for fuck's sake, Oprah. Fuck you, Oprah. Really? Like, my dream, my whole fucking life has been to meet her. And now I'm like, what is there to live for? Like, the food industry lied to us, the pharmaceuticals lied to us, Hollywood lied to us, the music industry lied to us. I don't know. I'm just disgusted. I'm so disgusted, and I'm not in a funny mood at all. I know some of you are saying, well, you weren't really funny to begin with, ha ha ha. Or not ha ha, ha ha. And so, I don't know. I don't have much else to say, but I just, for some reason, wanted to come on this platform and say my piece, or my turbulence is not peace. I'm just sick. I'm sick. I'm sick of all this. I'm depressed. I feel like throwing up about the whole thing. Israel is another horrendous thing that's happening right now. They're attacking Lebanon. It's horrible, but I'm kind of distant from that. Like, it's not really, it doesn't affect me directly. This doesn't either, I guess. You know, I shouldn't even say it does, but in a way it does. It's just like, this is just pulling at my heartstrings, and I just feel horrible. I mean, from what I understand, allegedly there was tens of thousands of children over the last 20 some odd years that he's been doing these F parties. And these children just get passed along like party favors. They do horrible things to them. They do horrible things to them. So I'm glad he's gonna get what he's gonna get. I hope he lives, well, I mean, I hope he lives forever in this jail cell where hopefully he'll be getting back what he did to others. Although vengeance really isn't the answer. That's not gonna bring anybody back. It's not gonna do anything for anybody. And he's just gonna get replaced. And they're just gonna find another low-life scum piece of shit, rat, nasty ass, grotesque person to take Diddy's place. That's all. That's all that's gonna happen. That's all that's gonna happen. The documentary is coming out soon on Netflix, so I'm gonna be glued to that. I'm probably just gonna be so depressed when I watch it though, so and I've just been in a rabbit hole watching all these interviews from all these people coming forward and saying what a monster P. Diddy is or was, and how they couldn't say anything because their life was in danger, their family's life was in danger. They killed Kanye West's mom. He's claiming to this day that she did not die of natural causes, that she was taken by the music industry, and they made it look like she passed away from, I forgot what, pneumonia or whatever. But Michael Jackson, Prince, Tupac, Brittany Murphy, who else? Whitney Houston, Prince. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody's saying anything. Now people are starting to talk. But when this whole thing dies down, like the Epstein thing, I mean, when all this dies down, it's just gonna start up again with the next person, and same thing. If you want to make it big in Hollywood or in the music industry, you have to sacrifice, allegedly, you have to sacrifice somebody from your family or a good friend of yours. And that's just how it is, I guess. And I'm just so distraught about the whole thing. Like, I don't know. It's just nuts. I have nothing else to say. Stay safe, everyone. Stay away from P. Diddy.